What's up, YouTube? So today we're going to be talking about the top 10 tech items of 2016. Before I begin, I want to say that these will not go into specific specifications on the devices themselves because you can look that up online, and I want to make it an easy-to-watch video for everyone. I'm just going to include why I chose these items. So, starting in at number 10 is the MacBook Pro with Retina display. Now, there are two reasons why I've chosen the MacBook Pro for number 10. The first reason is the OLED touch bar on it. And that's a big deal because things on applications can now be able to take advantage of the bottom bar to allow you to have more functionality within your keyboard area. And eventually in the future, it'd be really nice to see that on keyboards. The other reason is the fact that they've done this big change and they decided to go with USB-C, which is a big deal because of the fact that now you have to use dongles, but in the future they'll use that as a more defined solution to your hardware needs. Number 9 is the iPhone 7 Plus, and the main reason why I chose this was because of the cameras. And if you're into vlogging, it has a front-facing 1080p camera, but the other reason is that you have a 12 megapixel wide angle and telephoto camera, which is really cool. They removed the headphone jack, but as far as I'm concerned, this is a really good phone for shooting video and photography. Number 8 is the Apple Watch Series 2. The reason why I chose this one was because I thought it was really cool the way it obviously is a faster product and it is waterproof. And how they made this actually spit out water is really cool by playing a sound on the speaker, and it's pretty damn cool. They're claiming up to 18 hours battery, but we all know that's not the case. The Xbox One is number 7. And that features something that the reason why I chose this was because it basically plays everything in 4K. It has a 4K Blu-ray player and it has HDR, unlike the PlayStation 4 Pro, which unfortunately does not have a 4K Blu-ray player. Number 6 is the Microsoft Studio, and this is a big deal because of innovation. Microsoft Studio features a 28-inch screen and basically a 3:2 aspect ratio, and the resolution is it's an incredible device. But the reason why I chose this specifically was the fact that it literally is really good for people who are into drawing and architecture. It's a huge change and will kind of help the people who are lost from the Apple world. Number 5, which is pretty damn popular, is the fact that you have the Microsoft Surface Pro, which is a more popular device now than I thought it would reach. It is a tablet and it is a laptop computer. It works really well, and I think it is deserving a spot because the sales are getting way more popular, and it's a very nice device and has good battery life and works really well. It can be configured with the latest specs. Number 4 is the Echo Dot 2, and as you can see from my other video, the Echo Dot 2 really does the same thing that the original Echo does just fine, and it works pretty damn well, I have to say, and well worth the $50 for a voice control system. And that is huge because their other device was $179. Number 3 is kind of more of a category than anything else, but I chose the HTC Vive because virtual reality made its way to 2016 pretty damn well. It is really cool to see what has come out with virtual reality, and even now in stores you can go out and pick up an Oculus Rift, an HTC Vive, a like Google Cardboard, and you can do Google Daydream View, and there's just so many things out there that have been introduced for the year 2016 for virtual reality, augmented reality. It's taken off. For example, the application Pokemon Go is really popular, was somewhat, and is pretty damn cool to see where that's going to go. Number 2 is the NES Classic Edition. Now, the NES Classic Edition is really cool, but I knew it was going to be sold out the minute it came out, and is kind of overclocked, but is really cool. A mini NES with the controller and features 30 games. It's that simple as that. That was really popular. Number 1 is the Samsung Note 7, as we know. That was going to be released. The Samsung Note 7 is really cool because it featured a lot of cool top-end specs, and I'm not going to go again too much into the specs here, but just know that it had HDR on it. It was fast, it was great, people were saying it was fantastic, but the reason why it made number one is because of how much news it caused. And it pretty much blew up. and I don't mean that metaphorically, as everybody knows. It's not allowed on planes. They've recently sent updates so that you can't use it, but it was the number one device because people were always interested in it. Unfortunately, it gained a lot of bad news for Samsung, including their washing machines, which blew up too. If you guys liked these top 10 items, please let me know in the comments below. If you didn't like them, let me know what you would like to have replaced, or what you would like to honor mention, I should say. I should honor this, is 4K televisions, which I've also taken off this year as well. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a thumbs down. And understand that I've tried to do this a bunch of times, so I've shortened this up a little bit, and I hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know what else I can do for the future for you guys, but until then, I will keep doing more videos.